you're a solo creator, you have almost definitely found yourself needing to film yourself by yourself. And although I love a good static shot, here's a couple of techniques I like to use if I really want to spice things up.
There's three things that need to happen before we can actually get these shots. The first is some sick locations. So we are gonna start at the warehouse. The second thing is some fun toys that we can demo these shots on. And third is the gear and the tools that we're gonna need to be able to actually achieve these shots. Okay, I lied. It was four things, essential.
First up, let's talk about this right here. It's the top-down shot. It's a super easy way to break monotony and give a unique perspective to the viewer. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this, but the easiest and most cost-effective way that I've kind of figured out is this. Here's what you're gonna need. The first is some sort of light stand or C-stand that has a boom arm on it. The second is some sort of ball head that's able to mount onto that C-stand or light stand, and a sandbag. Let's set it up. Get the boom arm going straight out above one of the legs, just so it's a little bit more stable like this. Then you can mount your camera using the ball head and the sandbag as a counterweight. Set your camera as best as you can. I'm usually using a pretty wide lens, like 16 millimeters. Hit record and lift the stand up into place. My camera is pretty light, so for me it's not that much of a problem. And that's it. You have this super unique angle that can act as a pattern interrupt or just show the viewer something that they otherwise might not see. Let's talk about how you can get smooth cinematic shots just like this one all by yourself in your videos. All you're gonna need for this one is a slider. I'm using the iFootage Shark Slider Nano Series 2. This is the most amazing slider I've ever used, and I'm going to show you how I just set it up to do the shots that we're talking about. All you're going to have to do is mount your camera using either the tripod head or some sort of ball head onto your slider. Next up, you want to mount your slider onto a tripod if it's necessary, so that you can place it wherever you want. Something pretty incredible about this slider is you can actually mount an entire like DJI Ronin head onto here, and it has direct access points, so you don't even need cables, and you can program the Ronin to work with the slider and move around however you want, making your shots like infinitely dynamic. For right now, we're not going to do that. I'm just going to show you like this for the sake of this video. You can use the slider with an NPF Sony style battery in the side here, but I'm going to be using this massive battery from iFootage because it's going to give me like infinite runtime. I can mount my huge battery under here and then just plug it in, and we've got all the power that we will ever need. I can set waypoints on this slider using the little touchpad on the control panel and make the camera move and go wherever I want. You can set up to 8 different waypoints, meaning that you can get so many different shots, oh god, that you can control between the different moves that you want to get. It's super simple, and it lets you get those really nice, slow, cinematic moves even of yourself when you're in the shot. I like to do things like slide out from some foreground to add an interesting element or just reveal a scene. I almost always shoot in autofocus, but if I have some foreground elements, I'll just tap where I want my subject to be tracked so that it doesn't autofocus on the foreground, and then I'll slap my camera over into manual focus so that I ensure that the focus is going to be right for that shot. This slider is thought out so well, and it has so many other features like time-lapse and macro shots. You can set a little delay so that once you hit start, you can tell it how long you want it before it actually starts moving, so you can get in position and then it will start going. It's a really well thought out product, and it's the most amazing slider I've ever used. It really has no downfalls. If you want to check out the Shark Slider Nano 2, it's going to be linked down in the description, and this thing is also incredibly affordable. One of the most interesting and dynamic ways I know how to film myself is by using mounts. I have a few styles of unique mounts that you can use to attach your camera to places that you otherwise just wouldn't be able to. This might look super risky, but it's actually really easy to do, and it allows you to get a crazy cinematic shot just like this one. It gives this really cool movie-esque cinematic style look, and to be honest, I love it.
Clean the surface that you want to mount it on. Give it a little test to make sure it's solid.
That isn't going anywhere, but I also just use this little tether for peace of mind, so that if it does fall, it doesn't smash on the road.
And then set up your framing. You might notice this crazy glare on your window, so let's fix that. You're gonna need a circular polarizer. You can attach it to the front of your lens and rotate it until it cuts the glare. Pretty cool, right?
And then just like that, you can hit record and start driving around filming yourself. If you ever want to get audio while you're talking to the camera, even though it's outside the car, you just need one of these, like a little wireless microphone, so you can get your audio source right up here in the car while your camera's out there in some crazy wind and a whole nother world.
Let's talk about the fixed object POV. All you're gonna need is a magic arm and super clamp.
The highest quality one I found is this one, also from iFootage. It has some amazing ergonomics, like only a few spins to clamp this down or fully open it up. It's super strong and lightweight, and one of my favorite things is that it has these quick releases for the tripod mounts on each end, so you can attach this to whatever you want and then literally just clip it in to lock it down, making it safer and easier to mount your camera on stuff.
I like to find objects that are gonna move or create a weird POV style angle of that object.
I'm usually using as wide of a lens as I can for this, 16mm, so it feels like you're right up in the action. Just a quick interruption here. If you've been wondering how this video or any of my other videos have been color graded, it's using this. It's my instant color grading preset that I use for all of my videos. It can save you a huge amount of time and ensure that you get nice, professional, consistent colors across all of your footage. It works in any editing software and even for your mobile phone. If you want to check it out, it's linked down in the description and it's actually on discount right now. If you can't purchase that, I really just appreciate any support, and you being here means the world to me. If you want to hit like and subscribe, that would also be awesome. Maybe even leave a comment. From here, it's really going to be your imagination that's the only thing holding you back. Get super creative with it, find things that are moving in interesting ways or different weird objects that you can attach it to, and just let that imagination kind of run wild. If you throw one or a few of these techniques into your videos, it's going to make your solo filmmaking feel so much more rich and dynamic. Remember to check out the slider in the description as well as those instant presets. Have fun solo creating. See you in the next one. Bye.